Good afternoon, it's Jan from Twink Stampin'. I am an independent UK demonstrator and I've come along today to share with you one of my Christmas projects. I've started to think about Christmas. I know it's pretty early, but normally this time of year I would be preparing for my all-day classes that I hold in October, November and December, very early December. I normally run my normal monthly classes, plus I also add in extra classes doing projects rather than just cards. It's normally an all-day session. We normally have lunch and we normally have a really lovely day. Unfortunately this year it seems that I'm not going to be able to do this, certainly not in October. I had planned to open in October, but unfortunately we've now got the new law about 6 people gathering. I know some people are gathering in other class settings, etc. I just feel if I can't have members of my family visiting, because we're a family of 5 at the moment, you know, my daughter comes around quite often with my shopping and bits and pieces, and quite often brings grandchildren. Now, if we're going to abide by the law, it means I can only have one of them in the house. And for me to then go and have classes in my studio with not strangers, but people that are not in my bubble, so to speak, I think it's a little bit unfair to my family. And of course, I would not ever want to jeopardise anybody's health. You know, because I've held a class. It may be possible to hold classes in a hall, but again, I'm doubting that that's going to happen because there's talk on the radio, on the news today, about, because it's actually Saturday the 19th of September. It's talking about there's possible lockdowns going to be happening again. So although it may not happen in our area, we don't know. But it's something that I need to keep in mind for October. Things can change very quickly. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the next maybe 6 weeks. So I'm not ruling anything out completely, but I'm not holding my breath either, because this year's been a funny old year, and I really don't want, you know, those lovely ladies that have shielded, including myself, I've been shielding, to then go and socialise and put ourselves back again. So, no, at the moment, kit classes are continuing. I'm doing my monthly kit classes, which the ladies have all been thankfully supporting me with, and I thank you most sincerely for that. I will also be running, because normally in October and November and December, beginning of December, I normally run alongside my monthly classes. I normally run an all-day class, which normally involves making projects, normally 3 projects. Could it be anything from like a sampler, or it could be anything, home decor. It's not generally cards. And we normally have a bit of lunch, and yeah, we normally have a lovely day. It looks like that they will probably be in kit form this year. I'm going to see how that goes. I've got to source products, etc. Of course, I've got to come up with some pretty good ideas as well. So I'm just going to have to go with the flow at the moment. It's going to be a normal monthly kit class. At the beginning of October, these are normally ready for the second week in October, second week of the month. But I'm not quite sure exactly when the Christmas class will be ready. But rest assured, there will be a Christmas kit class. It will be a little bit more expensive than your normal monthly class, purely because there will be projects which will take up more time, my time and your time. There will be exclusive videos to those people who obviously subscribe to the kit. But yeah, let's crack on. No more talking, because I do a lot of that. Today's project, because I had Christmas in mind, I thought I would, I've been buying different products to, because I always like to buy little bits and pieces for Christmas and package them up. And I bought a box of biscuits. Bit dangerous because I had to taste them all, maybe once or twice. So I'm quite pleased that I've actually settled on an idea on how to wrap these so that I can stop eating them. This is not the one that I've actually used, but this was another idea that I came up with to package up these little packs of biscuits. Quite a nice little neat idea. I thought you could make one of these for chocolates or for anything really, and it's just got a little acetate lid that slides on and off, a little sleeve should we say. I did try to put the acetate to slot inside the box, wasn't very successful, so I decided to go with this so that I could add a sentiment onto the front. Excuse me. So we'll crack on and I'll show you how to make that. Right, you are going to need some cardstock. I chose cherry cobbler. You can use anything you want. I love cherry cobbler. I think it's very, very Christmassy. You're going to need a piece of, as I say, cardstock, and you are going to cut it. I'm going to do it with you today. 7 7/8. Okay. 7 7/8 by 6 inches. Right. Then you are going to score on the 6-inch side. You are going to score at 4 inches. So we get that one out of the way. 4 inches and 2 inches. Then you are going to, I'm going to shut this because it's getting in my way. Right, then you're going to turn it with the long side along the top of your cutter, and you're going to score at 2 inches. And then all I did was turn it round and scored at 2 inches again. If I do that, then I know I've definitely got even Stevens all the way round. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay, you're going to cut this. You are going to cut from the first score line on your long edge, first score line up to the first score line there. Can't always see my score lines in here. The light reflects them. Okay, I've turned it round and I'm going to do the same again this side. Right, that's, oh, cool, made a hole in me mat then. Those snips are pretty sharp. Okay, I'm going to burnish all my score lines, give them a nice crease. Very, very quick and simple little box. It's great because it's got no lid. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll put the flaps on the insides, like so. You will notice that you may well have a slight bit across the top that's showing. Now what I do, sorry I was out of shot there, what I do is I always taper the corner on that edge, so on the edges just taper, no one's going to see these bits, just taper it. It's on the ends, remember. You don't have to do the other side. You can do if you want to, but I don't. So now you should be able to close it, and there'll be, that was not, there we go, be no edges on the top. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you are going to glue. So have your piece of cardstock on the right side up, then you're going to put glue on all 4 of your tabs. Look at me using glue instead of quick self-seal, stamp and seal. Okay, I'm just going to blend that in, line it up, do my 4 corners. Once you've done this, you are going to use some DSP. I've chosen some from the, I shall have to read what it's called. Can't remember off the top of my head. It's called the Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. That one's not quite straight there. That'll do. That will do nicely. Okay, you're going to need 2 pieces that are going to measure 3 7/8 by 1 7/8. You need 2 of those. Then you're going to need 2 1 7/8, 2 of 1 7/8 square. Okay, they are going to go on your edges. Okay, I'm just going to chop that a little bit off there because it's not in me. Okay, and all you're going to do is pop those on to your boxes. You can decorate it before you put your box together if you wish. Not sure why I do, but I prefer to do it like this. Oh, now that is not going to fit. So Jan has got the measurements wrong. She must have. Yes, I think this needs to be 3 3/4 as opposed to 3 7/8, because that is the same as 3 7/8. Let me check. 7/8. Yes, sorry, that's going to need to be 3 3/4 of an inch. 3 3/4 of an inch by 1 7/8. I've got to try and get this without getting glue all over my cutter. Oh, don't you just hate it when the blade pops out? I think I'm going to have to get my sticky stuff remover out later. Okay, we're going to pop that back on. That was very naughty of me. What I should have done is actually cut out a new piece of paper. But for time's sake, I'm going to take that bit off. For time's sake, I have literally just cut it off. Right, it's got a bit of glue on there, doesn't matter. Okie dokie. So remember that, ladies, 3 3/4 by 1 7/8. So if you'd already cut it out the first bit, you're okay, because you're only cutting off a wee piece at the end. Right, that's done. Cracking on, quick. That one goes on here. Oops. This one goes on here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to need a piece of acetate. Now the acetate is going to measure 3 7/8 by about 10.5 inches. I shall get that for you. Okay. Here's my piece of acetate. You can't see it. Oh, you probably can. You can actually see it better on camera than I can see it here, because I can see that. What I've done is I've put a piece of red liner tape right at the very end of my acetate, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn it over and leave about, I don't know, maybe just over 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and that is all I'm doing. I did try and do it all sorts of different ways, but I found that this was the easiest way, because you can't, there's no way of hiding glue, but I think that worked quite well. So once I can find my, you should see my desk. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't see my desk. It's disgusting. I'll have to use the end of me. Oh, I shouldn't use that, should I? Just give me a pick out. Here we go. Right. As I say, I'm going to go about 1/4 of an inch-ish. Now that should fit over your little box, which it does. Okay, I'm going to include now the biscuits. And that fits perfectly over the top. So now what I did was I think actually this this could have done with being a little bit tighter. I wonder if I can open it. I may be able to. Yes. I think I'll come just a little bit further in, maybe 1/2 an inch instead of 1/4 of an inch, because I really need it a little bit tighter. There we go. That's a bit tighter, which feels quite good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to get rid of the biscuits in a minute. I'm going to just try and do that on the edge so that I know roughly. There. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to pinch the end so that it kind of folds. So it'll give a neater edge on the bottom. I'm probably going about this all about face, but this is how I found I could do it. As I say, there's probably videos out there showing you how to do it properly, but this was how I did it. I take that out now and I will pinch that. And just go across it with your nails. So that, can you see, it can stand up now, and that fits nicely in there. Okay, I've got sticky fingers and I've got it all over my acetate, but you can't see that, so it doesn't matter. Okay, right, now you need to cut yourself a label. I've already cut myself one out from the Tasteful Labels dies, and I've cut one out this size. Okay, let me get it out. There it is. I always cut myself spares because you never know when you're designing, you like to see which ones you're going to fit and what have you. And so I always like to include one. Do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to do the label in real red as opposed to cherry cobbler, because I want it to actually look quite bright, because I think these berries are real red as opposed to cherry cobbler. So I will just find my real red ink pad, which should be out because I'm always using it. It's a nice red. It's not dark. So we're just going to ink up my sentiment, and the sentiment is from the Wishes and Wonder stamp set. It's here. Love this one. I love this deer. I like these, and I love the sleigh. I've actually made a card using the sleigh just recently. I've been loving it. I've been doing lots of different cards. I especially love Christmas. It's so much easier for designing wise. I also want to make sure that I am well and truly ready for all my classes, kit classes, etc., whatever they be, in person or in the post, because I know that I'm going to be called back to work eventually. I'm still not there yet. I still don't want to be there yet. But the inevitable is going to happen, I fear. Especially so now some of my colleagues have gone back. I'm thinking they think it's not quite so fair that if I'm at home, and they're not. So, we shall see. Right, I'm going to ink up my berries and my holly leaves from the Christmas Gleaming stamp set. And I'm using Old Olive as my colour of choice. And this will be cut out by hand. Gasp. I think actually I used a different colour last time. I'm going to sit down for this because I can. Right. Oh, I'm going to need to find, I'm sorry, I've got my wrong pen out, wrong colour. I need my real red now. That's it. My real red for my berries. Nice and quick. Actually, I think I probably would have preferred to use my, I think I will actually, I'll get my cherry cobbler and go over the top of that, I think. Because I think that's quite a pinky, isn't it? I'm going to use my cherry cobbler. Might use the light cherry cobbler as opposed to the dark. Yeah, it's better. Oops, I went over the line a bit there. No mind. Oh. Oh dear, did you see that? I don't know my own strength. Right, let's get some tissue out because otherwise we're going to have it everywhere. The last time I've actually got a dress on today, which is really quite unusual for me. Oh no, it's gone all over my sample. How on earth did that happen? Look at my sample. Look, I've got ink all over it. So I'm going to have to do that one again, aren't I? Oh dear. Yes, I was going to say, last time I wore this dress, I actually got ink all over it. And luckily, I don't seem to be able to get this pen lid off without pulling the whole lot off. No, I can't do it. There we go. Oh, I don't know my own strength, do I? All that for a few berries. Was it worth it? I asked myself. I've got ink everywhere. And it doesn't seem to want to come off either. There we go. How very, very odd. That has never happened to me before. I certainly hope it doesn't happen again. Don't know my own strength. Okay, let's get on with it. Just going to colour this leaf in. Like to do a bit of colouring. How is everybody? Are you all back at work? I know a lot of, or not a lot of, but a few of my ladies are teachers or working the school environment. I am presuming you are all now back at work. How's things? I also know a few of you that haven't even stopped work when the virus started. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. I hope I'm still in the blooming picture. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? I'm not being very successful today. Do you know I've done this video three times today. I got one that was almost to the end and I really did make a big boo-boo. And there was no way I was going to show you that one. Normally I do unedited, so I won't edit that bit out about the me with me pen. But no, the last video I did, I made a huge boo-boo. And I thought, there's no way I'm showing you lot. I'd rather do the video all over again, which I did. I got right to the end too. Never mind. Hey ho. Is what it is. I'm just sat here wondering what I'm going to have for me dinner. I think I might have to have a takeaway today. Right, we're going to cut this one out now. These are nice and quick. These berries I've cut out 40 of them a couple of days ago. So I know only too well how quick they are and how easy they are. I say 40 I did. Thankfully that project is now complete. So while I'm here, I might as well tell you rather than wait till the end. If you see any products that you would like to purchase, my links are always down below the video. My online shop details are there, together with my blog details, my Facebook details, my Instagram details, and my email address, should you wish to contact me for anything. If you try to ring me, I may not always be able to take your call. If I don't answer, please leave me a message and I will come back to you. Oh, I sounded like an advert then, didn't I? No, but seriously, I will come back to you. There we go. That wasn't too painful, was it? So all I did with that is I give it a bit of shape. And I actually put the label, I think I did, yes I did. I actually put this flat onto my card. Now I'm just looking at it now. You can hardly see the little glue dots that I used. So they're a good idea to use. Some glue dots to put your label onto the front of your onto the front of your acetate. So what we'll do is we'll put one there, one there. Which way are we going? One there. Whoops, didn't want to come off the pack. One there and one there. So just 4. And then we'll decide exactly where he's going to sit. So just pop in. Now, where did I put this one? Kind of in the middle there. And we're going to have some Wink of Stella on our berries to give it a bit of a lift. This is my new Wink of Stella. Needed a new one. And that's going to sit about there. Like that. I'm going to put that on with a tiny bit of Tombow because it's going on to the card as opposed to the acetate. There we go. And there we have it. One little box with biscuits. So what do you think of that? I say I've probably got lots of thumbs down today with all the mistakes and waffling and what have you today, but I think I'm just having one of them days. One of them horrible days, to be honest. Where nothing seems to go right, hence the fact that I had to do the video a couple of times. What do you think? So that's my first little Christmas project. I will be back with more. I only do videos on a Wednesday now. I'm going to have to change this, aren't I? And luckily for me, I've got a spare. I'm not going to do it now because I might spoil it. I've actually got a spare one done. So all I'd need to do is just take this one off. If I could take the berries off gently. God, that blooming glue don't half stick well. No, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. Now, if I could just get some of this sticky off. I shouldn't really be doing this in front of you, should I? You're not interested. I will show you how I'm going to resolve the issue. I'm just going to pop this one over the top of this one, like so. And hopefully get it all back together. I'll do that off camera. I'm not going to waste your time. Right. Thank you very, very much for stopping by today. I hope you've not been too bored or switched off. Yes, thank you for stopping by today. It's been a pleasure doing this for you. I hope to come along with lots more projects, Chrissy projects, because I do love Christmas projects. And that this is something quite different to what you've perhaps seen before. Anyway, thank you once again, and I'll catch you all again soon. Bye-bye now.